Be inspired by Excerpts of Enlightenment 48. Speaking succinctly makes your discourse percolate and pop with perfection. I was raised in an environment where family meals punctuated the structure of every day and was the exclamation point to every special event inside and outside the home. You might already be thinking, what does this have to do with anything relative to speaking succinctly? Before any meal is delivered to the table or any dishes prepared for a potluck, the purpose and the audience has to be considered. Just like when one is preparing to deliver a speech, make a presentation, or address the team, the purpose and audience will determine how it will be delivered. And just like preparing any meal where the key ingredients of the recipe has to be succinct from the get-go, the contents of the speech must also be succinct. A speaker may have the same ingredients in a speech that is delivered numerous times. However, the way it is delivered will impact how it is digested by the audience and whether it served their specific needs. I was also raised during a time when magazines like Better Homes and Gardens would dictate how meals were delivered. We procured a huge collection of those magazines from an estate sale, and thumbing through those magazines dating back to the 50s and 60s, the pages reflected dining room tables with perfectly positioned place settings, with each dish succinctly prepared based upon Betty Crocker's standard traditional recipes. Housewives were pictured in A-line dresses, clinched at the waist, ready to serve. That was the norm. Coincidentally, regarding the gold star expectations of public speaking, the directive was that only standard English was acceptable and was respected even more if coincided with the Queen's English, meaning that which is written and spoken by educated people in Britain. During this time period, if you spoke broken English, slang, or what became known as ebonics, along those same lines, your table settings and recipes didn't fall in line, you had a hard way to go. Then along came the 70s and 80s where those rigid rules began to go by the wayside, ushering in buffets, smorgasbords, charcuterie, and all kinds of fondue options, relaxing the eating experience. Expectations of speaking also became more inclusive, reflecting our increased diversity of thought and life experiences. Although the content of each speech might be the same, if a speaker considered their purpose and audience, their presentations would indeed percolate and pop with perfection in their attempt to engage their crowd. Finally, my aha moment occurred while listening intently to the post-interviews of Olympic athletes only moments after winning their medals and listening to the speeches at the political national conventions. They spoke from the heart, which made the authenticity of their message percolate and pop in every way. Speaking from the heart is like cooking from the heart. It is the soul food of great speakers. Join me in my next excerpt of Enlightenment as we celebrate the kaleidoscope of diversity. Until next time.